coastal cities, and even entire islands are at risk of being submerged within our lifetime. Let's find out which places are in danger of disappearing. Since the Industrial Revolution, sea levels have risen by 21 centimetres, or about 8 inches. That has been bad enough to submerge much of Venice in Italy during high tide. Things have gotten so bad that they've had to install a €6 billion dam system to hold back the sea and artificially lower the sea level. But Venice is just the canary in the coal mine, and its flood defences won't keep back the water if it keeps rising. The sea is set to rise by another 12 inches by 2050, according to researchers from Harvard. By the end of the century, it could rise by a further 4 feet. Humans have the habit of building big cities at the mouth of major rivers by the coast. This makes sense. The river provides fresh water, and harbours and ports are important places for trade. But this puts a huge number of cities at risk when the sea rises. Pulling data from Climate Central, we can see that the red areas will be below sea level by 2050. We can see that swathes of London could soon be submerged, including iconic buildings such as the Houses of Parliament and the House of Lords. But as bad as it is for London, it's worse elsewhere, with Cambridge and Cardiff both at risk of disappearing. Of course, the Dutch will get it worse. The Netherlands is largely below sea level, with much of its territory reclaimed from the sea by means of dams. However, without significant investment in their infrastructure, the rising tide could soon overcome their defences, leaving their 3 biggest cities, Amsterdam, Rotterdam and The Hague, submerged. But it's not just Europe that's at risk. Asia won't escape unscathed either. Thailand has been suffering with flooding for some time, and the locals are already abandoning villages and towns and heading for higher ground. At the end of 2020, in a single flooding event, over 90,000 Vietnamese were displaced by flooding, with entire villages being pulled into the sea. By 2050, the entire Bangkok metropolitan area could be flooded, an area with over 14 million residents. Vietnam's largest city, with over 9 million residents, Ho Chi Minh City, could be submerged by 2050. Some of China's biggest cities are also at risk, including Shanghai, Yancheng, Nantong and Nanjing, with the potential to displace 78 million residents in the highlighted areas. Small island states face an existential threat, with Fiji, Palau and the Solomon Islands all facing potential crisis. But the Maldives will be hit the worst, with huge swathes of the islands at risk of disappearing into the deep over the next 30 years. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and help us reach 200 subscribers.